Hey guys, it's me, Coral. Welcome back. Today I'm here with my September TBR. So in September, I'm taking part in a readathon called the Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon. This is in the last 2 weeks of September. So I have a TBR that is for the first half that has nothing to do with the Tome Infinity Readathon, and then a second part of this TBR, which is books for that readathon. I will, of course, leave a link to Megan's channel. She is Tome Infinity. She put together this readathon, and it seems like a blast. So I will get into that, I guess, when talking about the books I have for that. But this right here is the stack of shit I would like to read in September that has nothing to do with the readathon. The first one here is The Other by Thomas Tryon. I've never read any of his books before, so I'm really looking forward to this one. This is one of the books that I anticipated will be 5 stars for me. So this is about kind of like a evil twin situation. I haven't really looked into it too much because y'all know I like to be a little bit like clueless about what I'm going to read. I don't know why. I just really like every single thing to be kind of an unknown to me until I read it. So I don't know why I'm like that. It kind of makes it hard to narrow down what I buy and what I want to read. But that's not why we're here. The next book I'd like to get to in September is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I have no idea what this is about. Also, like, no idea. I feel like it had something to do with a nanny, maybe. But also, I don't know if I'm getting that mixed up with Riley Sager's new book, Lock Every Door? I don't know. I'm not sure what is going on in this book, but it's a thriller. I'm hoping it'll be just like a quick, fast-paced read. I've seen a lot of people like hauling this recently, but I'm not sure because it just came out. I'm not sure if I've seen people talk about whether or not they like read it and liked it. So hopefully it's good, and we'll see. Next on my list is Now I Rise by Kiersten White. This is the second book in, what is this series called? I can't remember. It's the second book in a series. I just read the first, reread the first book, And I Darken, last month, which was a 5-star read for me both times I've read it. So this is the continuation of that. We're following Lada Dracul as she has kind of like split off from her family to go do her own thing. I don't know what could happen in this. I really love the first one, and I'm hoping to really love this one too. Next here I have Twice Blessed by Patricia Wallace. This is about a woman who has twin babies. It seems like they might be a girl and a boy, Carrie and Galen. And they seem like they're gonna be creepy twins. I don't know. This is such a great cover. I've never read any of Patricia Wallace's books either, and she's kind of a well-known female horror author in the 80s, I think. Yeah, so I have this book. I think I have two of her other books. Where is she on my bookshelf now? I don't know. Anyways, looking forward to this one. Hopefully it will be a ridiculously spooky time. Okay, next I'd like to get to As Seen on TV by John Wayne Comunale. This is about a serial killer named Artie, and he's obsessed with As Seen on TV products. He is also a serial killer, like I said, and he has a neighbor in his apartment complex, and he starts to think that maybe the reason he hasn't been caught yet for his crimes has something to do with his apartment neighbor. So it seems strange. It's short and sweet. I think that John Wayne Comunale writes kind of into like the bizarro subgenre. So I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be a blast. I really love. I don't know. This cover reminds me of like some sort of 90s cartoon shit. The last book that I want to read, not involved with the Tome Infinity Readathon, is Remains by Andrew Cull. I was lucky enough to win the copy of this from Nightworms last month, and it was sent to me by Andrew. He signed it for me, which is so sweet. This comes out in September, at least in the US. I believe Andrew's from Australia, so I'm not sure if it has been released yet there or not. I'm not sure. And I'm not really sure what this is about either. The synopsis is kind of dubious, so I think I'm going to read it to you. So if you don't want to hear it, just fast forward until I hold the book up again and you'll know that I'm done reading it. Okay, so it says, grief is a black house. How far would you go? What horrors would you endure if it meant you might see the son you thought you'd lost forever? Driven to a breakdown by the brutal murder of her young son, Lucy Campbell had locked herself away, fallen deep inside herself, become a ghost haunting room 23B of the William Tuke Psychiatric Hospital. There she'd remained until the whispering pulled her back, until she found herself once more sitting in her car, calling to the son she had lost, staring into the black panes of the now abandoned house where Alex had died. Tonight, someone is watching her back. I really like that horror that is mingled with grief and loss. When I think of that, what comes to mind is like Cabin at the End of the World. What else? I don't know. I say that and then I can never come up with examples for you. Creature. That was one that was kind of like that. So I'm hoping I will really enjoy this. The cover is very nice. It kind of catches your eye. So here's to hoping this is great. Okay, so for the Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon, this is the third round of it, and each round has been about something a little bit different. I think in the first round, you were trying to like get off the planet, or you were, I don't know. I don't know. There's been three, this is the third round. So the premise of this round is that we've gone back in time to try to save people from something that destroyed the earth in round 1 or 2 or something like that. But you don't have to have taken part in any of the previous rounds to be able to be a part in this one. It's just kind of fun that it has a backstory like that. There are different challenges and you get a certain amount of like saves or like savior points, kind of like people that you were able to save for reading different sorts of things. There's different challenges, like I said, but I think the main goal of it is to try to read science fiction from different continents and different countries, and just like a big, nice, inclusive ball of science fiction, basically. Just like a big, like many-colored, nice, spherical science fiction ball. If you need any more information than that, if you want to take part in this really awesome, extensive, like beautifully put together readathon, like I said, have a link to Megan's channel in the description. I will leave a link to the announcement video where she explains everything. There's like Google Docs, and you can choose a team to be on. There's like Team Natural Disaster, which is the team I picked. There's Team War, there's Team Supernatural, and Team Disease. I think I got them all. I don't know. Watch Megan's video if you're interested, because she obviously will explain it much better than me. So, I'm not gonna really explain like what challenges these go through, because like there's different things, like different, I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm planning kind of to read. This is a very loose TBR, so I might definitely switch things around. We'll just have to see. But the first book I'd like to get to is Warcross by Marie Lu. This is about like I think like a virtual reality game. It kind of reminds me of maybe the anime Sword Art Online, or maybe the book Ready Player One. And the character in this was a hacker, I think. Oh no, she is a bounty hunter. She tracks down hackers, or she tracks down people who bet on the game illegally. But she gets caught hacking for some quick money, and instead of being apprehended and punished, she's like, I don't know, given a job doing that? I don't know. I have no idea. This one I picked because Marie was born in China. So that covers a country. I will get a certain amount of points for that. Next is the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. I've wanted to read this for so long. My phone keeps going off. This, I like really don't know what this is about. Some sort of post-apocalyptic something. I literally have only heard good things about this book, about this whole series. So N.K. Jemisin is from the United States, and this is also the team book for the team that I'm on, so I get extra points for reading it because of that. Next I have Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is a graphic novel adaptation of it. I've never read Frankenstein, and so I thought I might as well try it out now. I know this is something that definitely kind of spans more than one genre. I'd say that this is probably more horror than anything else, but there is some science in here, so I'm gonna call it science fiction. Mary Shelley is from England, so I will cross the UK off for that. Next I have Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. They are from Australia, I believe, so that we'll cover that. And I really don't actually know what Illuminae is about. I know it takes place in space. What draws me to this book though is the format of it. It's very strange. There's lots of, I can't hold it up and flip it. There's lots of weird things going on here. It seems like, although it's a big book, it'll be a quick read because of the format. So hopefully that will go by fast. Okay, and the last thing I think I'm gonna read for this readathon is Monstress Volume 1 by Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. And Sana Takeda is from Japan. She's the illustrator, I believe, so this will check Japan off the list for me. I started this at one point. I didn't finish it. I remember thinking the artwork is just like absolutely fucking beautiful. I don't really know what it's about. I read maybe like 30 pages in it, and I'm not sure why I put it down. I just like sometimes do that. I don't know. Yeah, so that's that. This is like such a highly lauded graphic novel series, and I think they're only on like maybe volume 3, so it wouldn't be hard to catch up on. So this is pretty much what I plan to read in September. Hopefully this isn't too ambitious. I've been doing that lately where I plan for too much and then like I kind of hit speed bumps now and then where it's like I still have so many fucking things that I want to read this month, and it kind of I don't know, makes my reading habits suffer. So hopefully I'm not doing that this month. That's all I have for you. That is my TBR for September and my TBR for the Tome Infinity and Beyond read-along. Readathon. Not read-along. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Let me know what you plan to read this month. Or if you've read any of these and loved them, I'd love to hear about that. Are you also going to do the Tome Infinity readathon? Because I'd love to hear about that as well. And if you have any recommendations for that, because I was trying to like do this based off of things that I already owned, because we all know I probably don't need to buy more books just for a readathon, but maybe I will if there's anything that you really recommend that would fit into that. So anyways, I'm rambling. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.